No prior project of mine or project since has been as viral or dramatic as the Dormont Corona Choir, which blossomed into Dormont Arts and gave the parking pad its legs. The common theme throughout is throughout all three projects is none of them exist without a community who was willing to help. This is the meme. This is the easy part. I posted this meme in a Dormont Facebook group on Tuesday, March 17th at around 8 p.m. It was a funny meme, but the neighbors were interested. I told them if they had 100 likes by morning, I was in, and by 8 a.m. the next morning, I had 100. I threw together a Facebook group that within 2 days had several hundred people in it, and these are 226 locations of singers in Dormont. With some quick coordination and a Zoom tech rehearsal, that group of a few hundred sang together via Zoom on Sunday, March 22nd, 4 days after the original post. We sang, "Do You Hear the People Sing" from Les Mis, as the meme told us we should, and we went all in. A drone op came out and took video, and local press was everywhere. The community was really pumped up and came together. It was an amazing experience, and I wanted to keep it going. I have so many people that were in the choir here tonight. It's like,
yes,
the new leadership group made promo videos for Team Weeks. We invited choir members to showcase talents. I'm going to cry. Like a local boy who played the intro to Eye of the Tiger on his trumpet. Sorry. Kara, stop looking at me. And local wrestler Brett Paradise ran the stairs of the Borough building for movie week. We got a lot of press attention in these weeks, and 1 year later, we had a write-up in the New York Times. Throughout, we looked out for each other. We wore t-shirts designed by a choir member. We sold those shirts and gave her the proceeds because she had lost her job during COVID. Most importantly, we forged bonds and supported each other just by being there and being joyful for 10 minutes for 11 Sundays. The choir had a huge impact on Dormont. The leadership from that group began to ask each other what's next. We came up with Corona Crafted, and I reached out again on Facebook and asked neighbors for submissions of artwork they created or learned during lockdown. 40 submitted, and we hung their work in about 18 local businesses. After the show closed, we again asked each other what's next. And in 2021, we formed a board of directors and a nonprofit and wrote a mission with broad strokes. Dormont Arts engages and unites the community by cultivating creative experiences of art, nature, and music. Our projects involve community partners, and we have developed and grown ideas into some really large events. Dormont Spark Pride brought Dormont Arts and Dormont CDC together to host the largest Pride event ever held in Dormont. We had 50 vendors made up of artists and community service organizations, 40 community volunteers, and in 2023, our second year had 2,500 attendees. Excuse me. A community garden was needed to supplement food being donated to the Dormont Food Pantry, Free Pantry. Dormont Arts took this on and collaborates with the borough to ensure that it is included in future plans so we can build sustaining infrastructure like permanent beds and an irrigation system. Volunteers water and tend to the garden, and we tie it back to Dormont Arts by booking live music and theater there. This year, we worked with Greater Pittsburgh Arts Council to present Art on the Walls, in which neighborhood volunteers curated an art show of regional artists to show their work in the Dormont Borough building. We hosted a community day at the exhibit where children and families could view the work and participate in art projects based on the works of the artists being shown. Most recently, we hosted Art in the Park in Dormont Park and curated live music, art vendors, and community member design installations. So Kara, who's in here tonight, designed this huge blanket fort for storytelling and a quiet space. And Kara Lewis, another Dormont neighbor, built this park monster out of the playground. Parking Padded started as parties in our yard with live bands. We did book the bluegrass music for Art in the Park, but we invite artists to play at our house, and we pay them a fair rate. It's our highest priority, and it trickles out into Dormont Arts as well. We ticket those events at $10 per person, and still do. Over 3 seasons, we've held 14 concerts in the yard. We also have 10 lost and found car pots, so if you need one, come over. 2 years of these concerts, again, had me asking what's next. We met with the Hollywood Theater. We formed a partnership for multiple events, and we've had 2 well-attended concerts so far that fans compared to the Rex, which felt very sacrilegious after losing the Rex Theater during the pandemic. The Hollywood has had a recent ownership change. Row House Cinemas bought them. But the new owners are welcoming us back for a November show, which you can buy tickets from me tonight. In the spirit of providing more music for Dormont and forging further community bonds, we're now working with the Dormont VFW. It's an intimate and accessible place for live music and one that needed growth. We have 4 concerts booked there this winter, and we have partnerships with Dormont Arts, Dormont CDC, and with neighborhood businesses, and are always looking for new ways to partner with them. We began to build press relationships and business partnerships that would be mutually beneficial. I used my press portfolio built during the choir days to get attention for the parking pad, and we built a relationship with Flood City Music Festival. And then our yard was nominated for Best Music Venue in the Suburbs. and it continues to grow. We make space for others and have inexpensive artists and nonprofit booths at our events. We look for ways to involve other people in Dormont. We sell ads that we run as slides on the movie screen, and it includes partners that we work with in the neighborhood, like Back Alley Brewing and a taqueria that sells food in Milwaukee. We give back to our local and global neighbors. We hold fundraising events for people doing important work, like an individual who was feeding Ukrainian refugees in Belarus, and for KMFK, a local harm reduction organization. We ran a ridiculous dunk tank that raised $500 for Dormont Historical Society, and held a Narcan training in the community at Dormont Library. We have growth plans for both Dormont Arts and the parking pad, with more festivals and concerts, public art, lots of arts classes and workshops, but most importantly, community involvement. We'll continue to foster relationships with Dormont businesses and nonprofits. The choir is gone, but it makes me cry every time I talk about it, so yay. Bring it back?
Yes.
All right, come see me. Thank you.